Lassiter.
Well, hi there, you little Beatle maniac, you.
Thank you.
Back to the phones we go. 5918900 is the number. Addison, hi, Addison. You're on the air, WLS.
Hi, Bob.
Hi.
I think you have it all wrong. I think pedestrians do not belong in the sidewalk. The history of asphalt, concrete, sidewalks, and wheels go together like a good marriage. It's the roller skaters and the skateboards that belong on the sidewalk.
May I assume that I have a brain-damaged skateboarder on the other end of the line here?
Yeah, enlightened.
An enlightened skateboarder. What does that mean? That you oil your wheels twice a month or something?
Oh, definitely. Precision bearings, and they were made in Chicago at the Chicago Skate Company right here in Sweet Home, Chicago. But, people with feet, they ought to be walking on the grass where they belong instead of getting their compressing their spinal disc.
If you people want to skateboard, then you should all show up at the Kmart at about 11:30 on a Saturday night and skateboard there. Not out where people are walking, where you can be seen, where you can disturb and terrorize people.
Yeah, but the people that are, walking around, they should be walking on the good earth, not on the asphalt. The asphalt and wheels go together.
I'll bet you've got those little dumb shorts and one of those stupid baggy shirts, huh?
Well, I don't know about that, but I think that roller skating and skateboarding ought to be in Boy Scouts. They ought to give a merit badge for skateboards and the Olympics.
Oh, yeah, right. You know what ought to be done is the state ought to pass a law mandating the use of helmets, elbow pads, and knee pads. I mean, if you guys want to go around skateboarding, then at least you should look as stupid as possible.
Well, I think the Olympics should have skateboarding, too. That should be coming up soon, I'm sure.
Yeah, it takes great skill to skateboard. Find a hill and coast on it.
Well, like I said, though, sidewalks were made for wheels, not for people walking. Why do people want to walk on the sidewalk? Why don't they walk out on the grass, on the earth, where they belong?
Hey, if you want to go skateboarding, why don't you do it on the interstate?
Hey, if the cars weren't out there, I would.
Oh, the car. Oh, you're a gutless skateboarder. I thought you were a good skateboarder. You can dodge in between them, can't you?
Well, that highway was made for cars. I think
maybe catch onto a bus that's headed for Milwaukee and don't let go.
That'd be fun.
Sure would.
Okay, hey, thanks a lot, Bob.
Take care. Oh, I'm sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. 5918900 Westchester, hi, you're on the air, WLS. Hello, Westchester, hi.
Hello?
Hello, this has got to be a skateboarder here. It's got to be. Yeah, you're on the air.
Yeah, I wanted to say that I've been skating for about 5-6 years now.
Sounds to me more like 7 or 8.
No, about 6. And skating and everything else go together.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. You say that we're lame brains, but I get like a B+ average in school. And I couldn't do one without the other.
Couldn't do one without the other. What kind of subjects are you taking in school? Basket weaving, that kind of stuff?
It's called physics.
Physics.
Honors.
Oh, physics. How fast does your skateboard go down a hill?
I don't just coast. I do tricks, and it's a very difficult sport.
Oh, you're turning tricks now. That's what skateboarding leads to.
And I don't wear ugly clothes either. I wear the basic clothes just like everyone else does.
Oh,
I just like skating for what it is.
What kind of basic clothes would that be?
Oh, your typical brown, black shorts, maybe a T-shirt.
Oh, that's a great wardrobe. Shorts and a T-shirt.
That's what you wear in the summer. What do you want me to wear? A hat and gloves? I don't know.
Well, I think a nice linen suit I think a nice linen suit. If all young people wore linen suits in the summertime, it would vastly improve the landscape in this area.
I see. Have you ever been run down by a skater?
Have I ever been run down by a skater?
Yeah.
Well, no, I haven't. But that's only because I look so mean.
Oh, I see. But other people get run down all the time. So how do you know then?
Right. Little old ladies constantly are being harassed by skateboarders.
They are?
Yes, they are. It's a major problem.
Oh, well, skateboarding is a great sport.
Oh, it's a great sport. What about the fact that those damn things are made out of plastics and that they will never deteriorate? When you throw your skateboard away, it'll be there 2,000 years from now.
So does the dishes that your wife has that she puts her casseroles in. Don't tell me you don't have those things at home.
Are you trying to equate utensils used for preparing meals with skateboards?
They're going to be around, too. They both have a use, don't they?
Yes, they'll probably still be in use as antiques, but I doubt very much. Who in the hell would want your scruffy old skateboard when you're finished with it?
Who
when the
wants
wheels
your
fall off of it?
Pots after you're done with those?
When it's filled with chips and dents from all the times you've spilled on it.
spilled, I believe the word is fall. Fall. Or in skating lingo, it's slam.
In skating lingo, slam. Oh, that's great. I mean, as in, I slammed my head into the wall and I fell off my skateboard?
Have you ever seen anyone skate and skating, just skate? Have you ever seen anyone skate?
Yes, it's a stupid pastime. Yes, it's an incredibly stupid pastime.
Oh, I see.
Round and round and round they go to organ music.
Organ music?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But, I don't know. Your pastime, some people might not think that's too exciting either.
I beg your pardon. Well, what I do is I basically work on my computer.
A lot of people wouldn't find that too exciting.
I expand my mind rather than while away my hours rolling down a hill.
It's not just rolling down the hill. There's a lot of thinking involved, innovation, creativity. It's a sport for one person.
Creativity?
It's not a team sport.
What kind of creativity is involved?
Yeah, a lot of creativity.
Like what?
You make up your own things.
Make up your own things?
Different way of
like turning right or turning left or going straight?
Ollie kickflips, ollie north, 180 ollies, 360 ollies, ollie kickflips, 360s. Lots.
Lots. Going in circles.
Lots and lots of innovations and creativity.
Right, you can go right, left, straight, or in circles.
Before you put something down, I think you should at least look at it and try to learn about it, maybe.
I have looked at it. It's enough to turn my stomach.
All you think is that we just roll around. There's a lot more to it.
Oh, sure. Yeah, like what?
Go to your local video store, rent a video about dumb skateboarding, and watch it.
Rent a video about skateboarding? They have videos about skateboarding?
Then you have the right to criticize.
Oh, great. You go out and waste your life on a skateboard, then you come home, plop down in an easy chair, put a videotape in about skateboarding, and watch somebody else skate. I can't think of anything dumber than watching somebody else skateboard.
I can think of something dumber. Someone who knows nothing about a certain aspect of life and comes
Well, you're right. I can think of something dumber. Going to a skating rink, paying to get in, and sitting there watching other people roller skate. That's not the only thing dumber than watching a video.
I'll tell you what. You have no idea about this sport. I mean...
Sport?
You just watch it and learn. Yeah, it's a sport.
You stand on a board that's got wheels on it, you call it a sport?
When I was a little kid, I played every sport there was. And skating is one of the hardest as far as difficulty-wise. It's only been around for 2 decades, and that is probably the reason why it is so unaccepted by society. 50, 60 years from now, it might be as big as football.
The only other thing I can think of that's only been around for 2 decades is AIDS.
Well, you never know. That might catch up with you, too. All right, well, it's been nice talking to you.
Yeah, if I ever get AIDS, it's probably going to be because I've been splattered by blood from a skateboarder who slammed. 591-8900. Gary, Indiana. Hi, Gary. You're on the air, WLS.
Yeah, how you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Okay, I got to think that, first of all, I couldn't disagree with you more. First of all, you're going to take these skateboards away from these kids.
Yes, they all ought to be confiscated.
You're going to change their hairstyle. You're going to take their clothes away and put them in their nice knit suits. You're going to censor their music. You're going to have a bunch of right-wing, yuppie Donahue clones listening to Barry Manilow. And is that what you'd rather have?
Right-wing, yuppie clones listening to Phil Donahue?
Yuppie Donahue clones. Look just like Donahue with the hair parted on the side and the real nice knit suit. And, you know, you... Just like the guy said before. I mean, a video about that may sound real stupid, but unless you've seen it and watched it and learned everything about it, how can you criticize something?
What is there to learn about? What is there to learn about rolling down the street on a board with wheels on it?
If you haven't taken the time to study it, then you would know what the difficulties are.
Okay, I got about 3 minutes. Tell me everything there is to know about skateboarding.
I've seen ESPN. They have the International Skateboard Championships.
ESPN has kickboxing, too.
Exactly. So what?
It's one of the most worthless uses of airtime there is, even though the company I work for owns it.
Well, okay, then what the heck about your foreign buying out and whatnot? Half of the radio equipment in your radio station there, I'll bet you, is sure as hell ain't from the United States.
I wouldn't have the vaguest idea, one way or the other, to tell you the truth.
Same thing with the environment. Plastic grocery bags, pop containers, fast food containers, milk containers, grocery bags, sandwich bags, all that's thrown away daily, and that does a hell of a lot more.
And most of it is used by people who skateboard. I think he hung up on me. I don't blame him. Who goes to McDonald's? People on skateboards. It's bad enough their skateboards don't deteriorate, but then they buy those hamburgers that come in packages that don't deteriorate. Unbelievable. Oak Lawn, hi, you're on the air at WLS. Hello, Oak Lawn.
Hello?
Hi.
Hi. Have you noticed on the skateboards, the what's on the actual skateboard?
What do you mean, what's on it?
Well, if you take a look at...
Usually a pair of very dirty feet.
If you take a look at the actual skateboards, I've seen a lot at the place where I used to work at the swimming pool, a lot of, like, skeletons and satanic images.
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
They're on it. I'm telling you the truth. I mean, if you just take a look at the average skateboard, maybe, you know, except for those that maybe paint over it, you know, you see skeletons and nice little images.
Yeah, notches of, little old ladies that they've knocked down.
I don't know about that, but, you see, like, all type of symbols on it.
Well, they also frequently skate wearing Walkmen, listening to things like Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you got Guns N' Roses images and just, all type of, satanic symbols. I mean...
They ought to be banned, confiscated.
Yeah,
confiscated. Little buggers put into reform schools until they learn proper behavior. Mm-hmm. Well, it's good to talk to a sensible young person.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have you ever even tried balancing? I mean, I can't balance. I fall off, break my skull or something.
Sir, I would never stoop so low as to try to stand on a skateboard. I mean, suppose someone snapped my photograph and I would have to live for the rest of my life with the knowledge that somewhere there was a photograph and a negative of me standing on a skateboard that could be whipped out at any time to destroy my career, possibly my marriage. I can't begin to imagine what would happen if tomorrow somebody knocked on the door and Muffy went and answered the door and they flashed a picture of her husband on a skateboard. She'd leave me. Mm-hmm. And rightfully so, too.
As anyone who...
And I think any judge in his right mind would take every penny I have and give it to her.
If you would do me a favor, ask anyone who has a skateboard what's on the skateboard.
Okay.
See if they have the images.
Okay, well...
Probably a few will.
We'll see what happens.
If they admit it. And what do you think we should do? I mean, like you said with Japan, like the foreign exports. You remember...
Well, I think the first thing we might do is consider about a $5,000-$6,000 import duty on skateboards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea. Remember when you were asking a question about going to war with Japan?
Yeah.
Maybe if flight chance, if we ever do, because we've been like...
I mean, isn't it astonishing? You see pictures of Japan, and there are nicely dressed school kids walking around with books under their arms. Mm-hmm. You see pictures of America. What do you see? Kids in stupid clothes with stupid haircuts on skateboards.
Yeah, I mean, like, they go to school about 12 hours.
Yeah.
Go to school, 6?
Right, they make skateboards and ship them here, but they don't let their kids use them. No, they're too smart for that. Mm-hmm. Well, thank you very much, caller. I appreciate it. 591-8900, one line available. Some rain or light snow possible early this evening, then becoming partly cloudy. Considerable cloudiness, not quite as cold tomorrow. An overnight low of 30, a high tomorrow of 43. The official temp is 40 along the lakefront, 39 degrees. WLS Skyview traffic is next. This edition brought to you by Skokie Toyota. Tinley Park. Hi, Tinley. You're on the air at WLS.
Hi. Yeah,
Hi.
I'm on about skateboarding, and I'd like to say, why do you put down all skateboarders?
Why?
Yeah, why? You don't know all their
Because
personalities.
it's a worthless pursuit.
Well, you don't know their personalities, so how can you put them down like that?
What do you mean I don't know their personalities? I know they're into worthless pursuits, just aimlessly rolling around.
How do you know they knock down women? Have you seen it before?
Yes. I've seen many elderly women terrorized by skateboarders.
Okay, whatever. Sure.
You deny it? Have you never been to a shopping mall? Have you never seen a group of young ruffians come through with skateboards, just willy-nilly, not caring about who is in their way?
No, I've never seen that before.
Oh. What, have you never been to the mall?
No, I've been to the mall before.
You just didn't see that. What, too busy looking for boys?
Oh, yeah.
On skateboards?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Johnny, give me a ride on your skateboard.
Mm-hmm, right. Yeah. I happen to be a skater myself.
Really?
Really.
Oh, I would have never guessed that. Gee, what brought you to the exciting sport of skating?
I don't know. I just think it's a challenge, and it's fun. They do everything. They do tricks and stuff. You just can't say that they go down a hill.
Do tricks and stuff? Oh, you mean put all their weight on the back of the skateboard so the front of it comes up? Boy, that's a good trick. How long did it take you to think of that one?
Have you ever been on a half before on a board? Try it.
Have I ever been on a skateboard? Of course not. I'm not into worthless pursuits. Typical skateboarder. 9 sentences, ran out of things to say. Unbelievable. She didn't even have to tell us she was a skater. Rolling Meadows, hi, you're on the air at WLS.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, I'd like to know what do you have against skateboarders?
Must be another skateboarder. What I have against them, sir, is that there is no redeeming social value whatsoever in skating. It's kind of a dumb thing to do.
Why is it dumb, though? What's dumb about it?
What's dumb about it, sir, is that there's nothing to it.
So? Maybe you think so, but other people don't.
Well, sir, I don't think maintaining one's balance is exactly, we all maintain our balance every day.
Not all there is to it. There's lots of other things to it.
Oh, what other things are there to it?
You get to meet other people. You get to go play.
Get to meet other people?
Yeah.
Well, you get to meet other people, too, if you went to a blood bank to sell your blood.
You can make a living off of it.
You can make a living off of it?
Some people do.
Well, that's because that's because there are other people so stupid as to pay to watch somebody on a skateboard.
So?
Basically, people who ride skateboards pay to watch other people ride skateboards.
No. Right, we built a ramp in my friend's backyard, and senior citizens watched us, and they never yelled.
Senior citizens watched you. They're probably people with Alzheimer's.
No.
I mean, who else would sit around and watch somebody skateboard?
They watched us. They were senior citizens. They even helped us.
Even helped you?
Yep, they gave us nails and stuff to build ramps and everything.
Gave you nails? They probably gave you nails thinking you'd drive them through your hand.
No.
Is that about it?
No, not really.
Oh, okay. What else did you have to say?
I want to know what you mean about funny haircuts.
What do I mean about funny haircuts? Are you serious?
Yeah.
Haven't you seen the haircuts that the kids on skateboards have?
Yeah, I hang around with a lot of people.
Right, purple, orange hair, spikes. Cute little things etched into the side of their heads.
About new wave, sir.
What?
You're talking about new wave if you're going in.
No, I'm talking about stupid haircuts.
That doesn't have anything to do with
You want to call it new wave, you call it new wave. They're stupid haircuts.
Yeah, but there's nothing to do with skateboarding.
Has nothing to do with skateboarding? Are you serious?
Yes.
You gotta be a mindless, brain-damaged skateboarder to want to put your head through that.
No, I have a haircut. Half of my head shaved.
I'm not at all surprised.
So? What's wrong with it?
What's wrong with it? You probably look like a jerk.
No, not really.
Not really?
No.
Well, anybody who would shave half of his head, what do you know about looking like a jerk?
Not that many people.
Not that many people, whatever that means. I guess you got on your skateboard and kind of skated down to the barber shop, huh? Well, no, you couldn't get a haircut like that at a barber shop. It would have to be at a beauty parlor.
No. My mom drives me.
Your mom drives you?
My friends drive me.
Gee, why doesn't she just drive and let you hang onto the back bumper, on your skateboard?
Because it's against the law.
Against the law?
Yeah.
Well, what would a guy with a, shaved head have a care about something that's against the law? What would a guy that roves around with a pack of ruffians on skateboards be concerned about what's against the law?
Because they don't want to break the law.
Because they don't. Oh, skateboarders are good citizens.
It's an ordinance, not a law.
Right, good citizens rolling up and down the sidewalks, knocking people over, terrorizing old people and disturbing their naps. Yeah, right, fella.
This is WLS, Talk Radio 890.
WLS, Chicago.
At the sound of the tones.
Was standing under his hotel window hollering, "Yoo-hoo, Paul, it's me, Jimmy. I know all the words to Long and Winding Road." But by the time the security forces got there, he had disappeared.
You are shameless.
I understand he didn't have any underwear on either.
No, McCartney did have underwear on. I was able to see through it. Oh.
I was talking about the guy under his window.
Oh. I've I wear underwear. I do. We're here.
Yo, put those things back on. Don't you ever drop your pants in the studio again.
You tried to give me
Ever.
a wedgie. You're the one who gave me a wedgie, little old high school trick.
Look at the old wedgie.
Pull your
Look at
underpants.
the old wedgie right in your tush.
Pull your underpants up off your bottom while you're still dressed. All right, let's go to Paul McCartney, a man of dignity, a man of charm, and a man of musical skills. He was in town this weekend for his shows at the still going on tonight, another show at the Rosemont Horizon. Sold out, too late, I'm sorry. But he held a news conference today. And he was asked about that comment he made a while back about a possible Beatles reunion. Listen carefully, though. It doesn't sound real likely now.
I'm not really looking for a reunion because the Beatles was 4 guys, and John was very much an important part of that, the makeup. And people suggest, well, we could do Julian Lennon might do it and stuff. But, I mean, he's a nice guy and everything, but obviously you can't just fill your father's footsteps, shoes like that.
So what does a Paul McCartney do when he's in town for a concert? He says he likes to go out and actually be on the street and mingle with the public, living proof that a rock star doesn't have to hide behind bodyguards. He says he goes shopping. His concert is made up of the old Beatles tunes from the 60s, and the crowd loves it. He didn't... I don't think he did that. I managed to sneak
He's a hell of a lot smarter than I thought he would be, because that obviously would have related with most of the people there.
I did have to go to the bathroom, so I went I don't have the bladder I used to as an 18-year-old, so I had to run out and go to the bathroom during one of his songs that I wasn't... There was a song that wasn't that great that I was able to leave for, and I don't remember what it was, one of his new ones.
Well, that's common. People your age forget.
Yeah, right, and I don't like the idea that you brought me the Depends. I don't need those. He's a sick man here. Our next news will be at 7 o'clock. Bulletins at once. I'm Jim Johnson. WLS, Talk Radio 890 News.
Well, I thought the Depends would be better than the bedpan.
It was rough. I'll tell you, a couple of cans of that beer, the big containers of beer, and I didn't want to leave. But it was, my eye teeth were floating, as we used to say in Wisconsin.
Where's Ringo? Where's Ringo?
No, I'm happy with Paul. I was a Paul boy.
You're happy with Paul? Huh?
Yes, I am. Now more talk. Newsman bashing, irreverence, Beatle hating, and just general old foginess. Here's Bob Lassiter. Want us to get the reservation at the nursing home for you right now, Bob?
Yeah, right. Why don't you go make the call? Anything.
Yeah, bring a Kate Smith records in for him. He'd like that.
Welcome back, Fun Seekers, on Monday, December the 4th, 1989. Lassiter with you at WLS Talk Radio 890, Chicago's talk station. It's been an incredible afternoon. I wouldn't know where to begin to try to bring you up to speed if you haven't been along with us. I will point out to you that we were talking to skateboarders. You can tell that because there are these incredible long pauses in between things that they have to say. From too many slams, I would suppose. And basically they say things like, oh, what do you have against skateboarding? So, you answer them, and they follow that up with, yeah, but what do you have against skateboarding? Unbelievable, people. Let's go to Schaumburg. Hi, Schaum. You're on the air at WLS.
Bob, how you doing?
Fine, thank you.
I'd like to tell you, I listen to your show once in a while, and I think it's really great. But this skateboarding thing, I don't know.
What's the problem?
Well, I've been listening to it a little bit, and you say there's nothing to it. Why?
No, it's a worthless pursuit. Worthless waste of time.
Well, what is so worthwhile about playing in a box?
You use your imagination.
Well, you can use your imagination when you're skating, too. I mean, okay, granted, you think you can just go down a hill, to the left, to the right, or maybe pop the board up, putting your weight in the back. But there's a lot of tricks that these guys do. I'm not a skater myself. I know a few of them. And I think it's pretty decent.
A lot of tricks? Like what? Spinning around in a circle?
Well, okay. I heard somebody talk about ESPN before. Did you ever see any of the skateboarding on that?
No. Why would I sit in front of a television set and watch people skateboard?
Well, you might have just caught it by chance. I don't know. Well, and another thing, I mean, if you
I'd rather watch the show about the wok.
Pardon me?
I'd rather watch the show where they try to sell me a wok. Or watch the show where about my thinning hair. Anything.
Fine. How often have you seen skateboarding, though?
Every day of my life I find some brain-damaged skateboarder on the streets.
And they're always knocking over old ladies and old men, right?
Or trying to.
They're trying to. I haven't heard one phone call tonight of an older person complaining about these people.
That's because the board is crammed with skateboarders.
Right.
It is.
You say if you go to a mall, you're probably going to see some people skating through there, knocking over people?
Probably be knocked over.
Well, I'm from Schaumburg, and I go to Woodfield quite often. I work there. And I have yet to see a skateboarder in the mall, let alone knocking somebody over.
Outside of the mall. Come on, you know better.
Outside of the mall, fine.
Right, where the security people ought to have tranquilizer guns to shoot these skateboarders.
Mm-hmm.
Confiscate their boards, put them in a big pile in the middle of the parking lot, and light it like a bonfire.
And you think that solves the whole problem?
Well, it would certainly go a long way toward it.
All right, well...
Just a nice big mess of goo in the middle of the parking lot.
A big mess of goo?
Yeah, when the things are burned.
Okay. And I heard you say something earlier about maybe skateboarders and bikers, they should have like a $200 license fee?
Oh, at least.
Well, would you have been happy with that when you were a kid? If they would have said, okay, you could ride your bike, but you got to pay $200. First of all, where's the little kid going to come up with that kind of money?
Ah, bingo.
What?
Well, you see that would help alleviate some of the problem.
Okay. Then granted, they could work for it, or maybe they could just have their parents give it to them. Who knows? That all depends on the parents, right?
Well, then only rich parents would be able to buy the license for their kids, and those kids would be shipped off to, northeastern schools before you knew it, and we wouldn't have the problem again.
Okay, fine. And, as far as the skateboards, them being made overseas and all that, I'm not sure if there are any companies that manufacture in the United States.
Oh, a couple, but the real inboards are made overseas, contributing to the
I wouldn't know that.
trade deficit.
I could not tell you what an inboard is and whatever, but I think most of the people that are skating are of a younger generation, teenagers and so. And do you think they really have that great of an understanding about foreign policy and trade and all that kind of thing?
My exact point. They couldn't care less that they're putting Americans out of work.
Do you think that they really understand what they are doing by that, though?
No, they're too stupid.
Too stupid. Why do you think that every skateboarder is stupid?
Because skateboarding is stupid. They'd have to be. How else could you be cool and be a skateboarder?
That's your own personal opinion. It's a pastime.
Have you ever known a Nobel Prize winner to be a skateboarder?
No, but somebody that goes to my school.
So has anybody that's ever won the Pulitzer Prize been a skateboarder?
Do you know anybody that's won the Pulitzer Prize who's played in the box?
Yes.
Can you name one?
Not offhand. But every kid played in the box.
Well, that's great. And a lot of kids nowadays are skating.
Oh, great.
Now, okay, I found a lot of the comments that you've had about this to be very funny and amusing, and I enjoyed that. But I can't see where all this is going.
Where it's going? I'm trying to convince the people of the greater Chicago area to band together like the righteous citizens in Homewood and outlaw this despicable practice of skateboarding.
No, I didn't hear that. What exactly did they do in Homewood?
They stood up as a body, collectively, and showed their courage and outlawed skateboarding.
So if somebody you cannot skate at all in Homewood?
No.
And if you do, what happens to you?
Well, the first time they give you a warning, the second time a fine, the third time a slightly larger fine, the third time a slightly larger fine, and they're still stuck there. I think they just ought to put the kids in reform school the first time.
Reform school?
Reform school.
Now, how about getting some of the juvenile delinquents?
That's what I'm talking about, the juvenile delinquents, the ruffians on skateboards.
Ruffians on skateboards. Now, see, there are people at my school that skate, and I have not known any of them to be knocking over old ladies and that, and sometimes you'll find them behind the high school or someplace like that skating, not in front of, not
right, not at the library, not home doing their homework, but back behind the school skateboarding. Anybody that shows up at school with a skateboard should be given extra homework and detention.
Why is that?
Why is that? To keep them off their damn skateboards.
Why should they keep off their damn skateboards?
Oh, brother. So they could spend their time in worthwhile pursuits like maybe reading or studying.
Well, you skate to school, then you read and study. You go home.
Right, and skate some more.
If they choose to do so.
Just imagine, multiply every kid in this country who spends time on a skateboard with the time that he spends on the skateboard, and you will come up with an astronomical number, an astronomical figure of wasted youth.
And how much wasted youth do you think there is just sitting in front of the TV set?
Yeah, watching skateboarding videos.
Well, if they have them, but just on the whole, coming home and just watching TV, sitting on the couch watching TV. What do you think is more healthy? Just to sit out by the tube for a couple of hours, or to go outside and actually get a little bit of activity in?
I am not an advocate of watching television, but at least if you're watching television, there is an outside chance that you might learn something.
You're going to learn.
There is no chance that you'll learn anything on a skateboard.
You're going to learn something from cartoons.
No, you're not going to learn anything from cartoons, but possibly while flipping through the channels, you might stumble upon 30 seconds of something worthwhile, something that you could use in your life.
And then maybe while you're skating with your friends, you could be involved in some sort of... Oh, but I guess no skateboarder would ever be capable of having any worthwhile conversation.
Well, you've heard them. You've heard them on this station this afternoon.
Well, hey, I don't think those are very good examples, you know?
They're not very good examples. They are examples, period.
Those are examples right there. You're right. I'd say there's a good majority of the skateboarders that you know, with their haircuts and all that stuff that I don't go for. I don't think that's right.
I mean, picture the personnel office at IBM, okay? 5 years from now, there are two guys sitting there trying to get a job, and one says, "Well, I belong to the chess club and the debate team. I used to work in the library," and the other guy says, I was on the skateboard. Now, which one do you think is going to get the job?
Probably the guy in the chess club.
That guy in the skateboard will end up delivering beer.
Now, do you think that
or pizzas on a skateboard?
Do you think every teenager in high school who is skating right now is going to wind up being a skateboard like junkie for the rest of their life?
I wouldn't be at all surprised.
It's not just a phase that they're going through that, okay, we're skating right now, but then in a couple of years they'll kind of grow out of it.
Oh, yeah, sure, yeah. I'm going to spend most of my life until I'm 25 as a skateboard lunatic, and at that point I'm going to straighten out my life, yeah. Too late by then. Too many slams, you know?
Bob, remember when breakdancing was real popular?
Yeah.
What'd you think of that?
Break dancing?
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of like skateboarding without a skate.
Now, you made that comparison back then?
Yeah.
I think that was about four to 6 years ago when breakdancing like really got popular. Right? It was just a form of dance, a way to express yourself. What happened to it? It died out. Did you see anybody breakdance?
Well, it died out because they used to spin around, and unfortunately, occasionally they would slam into a pole. And most of them have grown up and
that might have happened.
Most of them have grown up and voted for Dan Quayle.
Well, it's not our fault that George Bush picked Dan Quayle.
He was trying to appeal to the skateboarding crowd.
Right. Well, I don't think most of the skaters can vote, seeing that they're all in high school under the age of 18.
Well, they will be. They will be voters. Or old enough to vote. Get on those skateboards and just skate right on down to the polling place. Cast a vote for Dan Quayle, skate on back home.
And you've never sort of seen a normal-looking youth on a skateboard. They've all got real...
That's an oxymoron. There's no such thing as a normal-looking youth on a skateboard. It's like saying military intelligence.
They all have shaved hair and wear real baggy clothes. And, you know...
without fail.
Pardon me?
Without fail.
All of them.
Or close enough.
Okay. Well, all I can say is, from what I know, the people that I know at my school that skate, they don't all have their head shaved and wearing baggy clothes that you seem to find unstylish or whatever. You know, you also are talking about overseas, maybe in Japan or Russia or whatever, you know, they're all going to school wearing their suits and all that kind of stuff.
That's right, they aren't rolling around on skateboards.
Right. Well, I seem to see seen a couple of maybe commercials dealing with kids in Russia, and I saw a couple of them on skateboards.
Right, American companies go over to Russia with American actors and try to give the illusion that the Russians are rolling around on skateboards. They're not. They're studying science.
Okay, fine. And as far as the dress goes, I mean, some of it is pretty wild and outrageous. I wouldn't go for it myself, and I see where you're coming from with that. But I don't think most of the clothes that these skaters are wearing is really available over there. And if it was, how do you know they're not going to buy it?
Because they obviously have more intelligence than American youth. They stay off of skateboards.
Maybe skateboards aren't available there.
Probably because they're not wanted.
Do you think that if there were a group of kids in Japan that really wanted those skateboards bad enough that they could get the government to import them?
They don't have to. They make them.
Okay, let's say someplace else, like Turkey. How about any little kids there that want to skate? Oh, God, we really want to skate. They take a petition up to their government, and they're going to import them for them?
Young people in Turkey sit around cafes, smoking strong cigarettes, drinking wine, and talking politics. They do something worthwhile with their minds.
And there's no skater that could do anything worthwhile with their minds.
Well, sure, you have all those decisions to make. Do I turn left? Do I turn right? Do I go straight or go in a circle? Ah, that's great training for later life.
You know, Bob, I just wish you could look at both sides of this. You've got your mind set. You don't want to hear anything good about it.
Sir, I'd love to hear something good about it. There's nothing good to hear about it.
Now, here's Bob Lassiter.
I'm not trying to be an old fogey. I remember being young. It wasn't really that long ago. I remember getting out of school at 3 o'clock. I remember walking home, getting my bicycle, going out, getting good exercise on my bicycle. Usually we would ride down to Knights Park, go over to the men's room, look at the graffiti on the walls, and ride back home. But at least we got some good exercise. There is no exercise in coasting down a hill on a skateboard. Champagne, hi, you're on the air, WLS.
Hello?
Hello, Champagne.
Yeah,
I think we got another skater here.
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I on there?
Yeah, you're on the air.
Okay, that's great. I was just wondering what you thought about this. About last spring in Peoria, Illinois, they had a skateboarding benefit for Easter Seal Foundation.
Well, I can't think of a better place to have a skateboarding benefit than in Peoria.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, it would seem to me to be the type of community to attract skateboarders. I mean, Peoria, sir, is a joke. The rest of the country jokes about Peoria.
Okay, but, so what do you say about Easter Seals? Do you say that, getting money for charity isn't right?
Giving money for charity isn't right. Where do you come up with that kind of convoluted logic? Skateboarding for Easter Seals?
Yes.
Oh, why don't you just give the money? I mean, why do you have to go to Peoria and skateboard before you'll part with money for Easter Seals? If it's such a worthwhile project.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Next one.
What?
Next one.
Yeah, okay. You say there's nothing to learn out of skateboarding, right?
No, except turning right, left, or going in circles.
Okay, right. I'd like to see you learn how to get up about 10 feet over a 12-foot ramp in the air.
Oh, that's a worthwhile pursuit. Risk my neck.
Yeah, right. That's why about maybe 3 or 4 of the top pros are making more money than you.
I doubt it.
No, I don't doubt it, because I know they are.
Oh, really? What kind of money are they making?
Yeah, about an average of $5,000 per contest for first place.
Well, how much a year?
It all depends. Maybe depends how many contests you enter.
Oh.
Tony Hawk, for instance, he's a top pro.
Yeah, how much is it? How much does he make a year?
He wins first place in almost every contest.
How much does he make a year?
I'd say he enters about maybe close to $200,000.
He doesn't make more than me.
How much do you make?
Well, I'm not going to tell you, but he doesn't make more than me.
Okay.
And on top of that, I don't risk my life.
You risk your life sound like a jerk on the radio.
I risk my life. Now, here's the hoodlum. Here's the hoodlum skateboarder that's now threatening me.
Threatening? Okay. The guy...
What are you going to do? Hide around the corner when I come out of the building? Come roaring around on your skateboard and knock me over like some little old lady?
Yeah, man, I knocked over about 4 of them yesterday.
I'll bet you did.
Okay, what did you do in high school for fun?
What did I do in high school for fun?
Yeah.
I went out with girls.
Do you play football, sports?
I played a little bit of football, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so what's wrong with skateboarding? It's fun, keeps people out of drugs.
Wait a second, you played football, so what's wrong with skateboarding?
Do you hear about a gang of skateboarders going up and beating up cops like they do? No.
What was that?
Do you hear about a gang of skateboarders going out and beating up cops like it was just on the news about 20 minutes ago?
Running them down?
Yeah, running it down. How many people have got run down?
Well, what you don't know is the rest of that story is all of them left on skateboards.
Yeah. Okay, how about this? Last year in California, a kid skateboarding, he had a good future in it, right?
A good future in skateboarding?
A pair on a tandem bicycle hit him. He cracked his head on a curb, and he was in a coma for 2 weeks, and he'll never be able to skate again.
See, if he had not been a skateboarder, he wouldn't have been in that position.
So do you have anything against bikers? Because they're the one who caused it.
He's the one that ran into him. I'm sure of it.
How are you sure of it?
He should have gotten out of the way when he saw the bicycle coming.
Okay, and another thing, you know how they say they're made out all overseas? You know how you say all skateboards are all made out of...
I didn't say all of them. A lot of them are.
Japan, and where they're manufactured don't skate at all, and they just run around...
You never see pictures of Japanese kids skateboarding.
Yeah, that's...
You see pictures of them in nice little suits.
Hey,
with short pants, white shirts, and neckties, headed to school carrying books.
Okay. Another thing, how do you feel about skateboard harassment? That's a big problem, I know.
Skateboard harassment? I think all skateboarders ought to be harassed. What do you mean, how do I feel about it?
I mean, if you were a cop, would you harass skateboarders?
Of course I would. I would harass skateboarders as a private citizen.
You do?
Every time I see a kid on a skateboard, I knock him off and take the skateboard and break it over my knee.
Yeah, you couldn't break a skateboard over your knee. Oh, another thing, skateboards are made out of wood and metal.
Wood and metal? Oh, really? Wood and metal, not plastics?
There's about 1/4 of it plastic.
Oh, 1/4 of it plastic that'll never, never, never deteriorate. Pretty soon the whole damned earth is going to be covered with abandoned skateboards.
Yeah, pretty soon the earth is going to be lying around a bunch of empty hairspray bottles with no ozone layer left.
Right, all those damn kids who have to put mousse and hairspray in their hair to make it stand up so they can ride their skateboards and be in fashion.
Yeah, right. Okay, a bunch of skateboarders in my town...
Cool people don't use aerosol cans with hairspray.
Yeah, a bunch of good skateboarders in my town have short hair. They're not long with 3-foot purple spikes or anything.
Yeah, I've heard about skinhead skateboarders, too.
So what do you think about them? Do you think they're better because they don't have crazy hair?
Doesn't make any difference what kind of hair you have if you ride around on a skateboard.
Okay, another thing...
And hang around Peoria.
Well, I think, what do you think of what that guy said who just called, who said he doesn't really mind skateboarders?
He was a skateboarder himself.
He said he wasn't. He said he knows them. Do you think he's a jerk because he agrees with it?
He must be.
But he doesn't do it.
I thought he said he did.
He said he didn't.
Maybe he just doesn't have any balance.
Oh. Okay, well...
Maybe he's just trying to be popular with the kids at school.
What?
Maybe he's just trying to be popular with the kids at school.
Oh, yeah. Most skateboarders aren't real popular at school. They're by themselves.
It's easy to understand why they're not real popular.
It's your own sport. You don't need a team to do it.
No, you don't need anything to do it, except a skateboard.
And skill.
Oh, skill!
You have no idea how long it takes to develop, to learn how to do it.
Ah, so you've wasted most of your youth learning how to balance yourself on a skateboard, which will serve you no purpose whatsoever in the rest of your life, and you're bragging to me about that?
Yep.
You could have been spending your time learning how to. You could have been spending your time learning how to use a computer.
I already know how to use a computer.
Well, you could have been spending your time to learn how to use it better.
I already know how to use it better. I have one in my own damn room.
What kind?
What do you think I do in my spare time?
I wouldn't have the vaguest idea. Probably, grease the wheels in your skateboard.
You don't grease the wheels of your skateboard.
Probably the only reason you have a computer is so that you can log on to skateboarding BBSs.
Hey, there is a skateboarding BBS.
I wouldn't be in the least bit surprised.
But why? Skateboarders don't know how to read. They can barely read. We're all idiots. Why would they have something like that?
So you can draw pictures for each other.
Oh, okay.
What, do you think I don't know anything about computing?
What?
You think I don't know anything about computing and paint programs?
No, I think you do. You just said I didn't.
I'm just what?
You just said I didn't.
Well, I said you could know more. You'd spend more of your time working on your computer, something that is a worthwhile skill that you can use in later years, instead of wasting all that time, those countless hours that you told me about, learning how to skateboard.
Okay.
Whoa!
Yeah, well, you just sit there in the radio station doing nothing, and you call us untalented.
I sit here in the radio station doing nothing.
Yeah.
What do you mean doing nothing?
Call his name.
Sir, do you know anybody else that can do 2 hours on skateboarding?
Yeah, I know a lot of people who can do 2 hours on skateboarding.
Bull feathers!
Yeah.
Ain't nobody good enough to do 2 hours on skateboarding, sir.
I think there's
Why I got the job.
2 hours on skateboarding. Man, you don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean I don't know what I'm talking about? I'm amusing half the population of Chicago with this.
You sit there and make fun of us, call us names.
You better believe it. Speaking for the common man.
You don't want to change it.
I don't want to change what?
Your mind about skateboarders.
What do you mean I don't want to... How can I possibly change my mind about skateboarders? Sir, I have a mind.
Yeah, you're not using it the right way.
Oh, I'm not using it the right way.
Yeah.
I'm not using it the right way. You're on the phone and you got somebody else in the background telling you what to say. Ain't nobody else here in the room with me.
Well, here's another skater. Hey, man, my name is Sean Monroe, man. You don't know crap, man.
I know that skateboarding is a worthless pursuit.
Tony Hawk makes more money than the president, even more than you did. I'll bet he doesn't have to have somebody else telling him what to say, and I'll bet he would have the courage to come to the phone in the first place before putting his friend on that didn't know what to say. This is my phone, dude.
Your phone, dude?
Yeah.
Well, then why did you use it?
I bet you're driving a
How come you talk that other poor brainless, brain-damaged skateboarder into calling me? Because you didn't have the nerve to.
Hey, man, skating's a talent, man.
Ah, there's a whole damn gang of them.
Skating takes talent, man.
Oh, yeah, it takes talent.
It's just like pool riding.
What, did it take all three of you to figure out how to dial the phone? Unbelievable. Kankakee High, you're on the air at WLS.
Yeah, I don't think you're kind of stereotyping us just a little bit too far.
You don't think I'm kind of stereotyping you just a little bit too far? Another skateboarder on the phone. Oh, how's that, sir?
You can make thousands of dollars skateboarding. That's most skaters say.
You can make thousands of dollars skateboarding. Oh, my gosh.
So you smoke too many cigarettes to skateboard. You don't even have enough talent or experience to skateboard. You just smoke too many cigarettes.
You're right, sir. You're right, sir. I don't have enough talent to skateboard.
So
well, my talents lie in other areas.
What about this,
like using my mind?
Security guards going around with dart guns?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. Tranquilizer guns.
Yeah, you think you wouldn't have too many lawsuits with that?
Oh, sir, there's not a jury in the world that would uphold somebody being shot off a skateboard with a tranquilizer gun.
Oh, so I'll just go out and get a 9mm Uzi and go blow everybody away that I see going down the street on my skateboard. That'd solve all the problems.
Again, a typical skateboarder that can't quite work with an analogy.
Yeah, that would just solve all the problems.
I doubt very much, sir, that you could both skate and hold something at the same time.
And I haven't knocked down any old ladies lately.
Oh, what's the matter? What's the matter? Has the weather been keeping you in?
No, I skate all year round. I'll skate in the snow.
Skate in the snow. Oh, well, we're really impressed with that one.
Where did you get this knocking old ladies down?
I don't knock old ladies down, sir. Occasionally I'm rude to them on the phone, but I've never knocked an old lady down.
No, I mean, where do you get from skateboarders knocking old ladies down?
What do you mean, where do I get it? It's a well-known fact.
Well, not around where I live. Nobody knocks down old ladies around here.
Well, who you knock down over there?
We don't knock down anybody.
What, a bunch of incompetent skateboarders?
No. Oh, we're just out trying to have a good time.
Just trying to have a good time, aimlessly rolling around.
What are you talking about? There's no exercise in skateboarding?
No!
Well, you're talking about just rolling down the hill. What about getting back up the hill?
Oh, big deal. They have to walk up the hill.
Yeah, well, I skate clear across town and all around town. 40 miles some days.
40 miles of skating, and you're proud of that.
I am proud of it. I get my experience from skateboarding.
Oh, what kind of experiences have you had on your skateboard?
All kinds of experience. You get all around town, see places, see people, go do things.
You see people.
You get out, you're not cooped up in a radio station.
Earning big bucks?
Oh, earning big, well, like I'm old enough to earn over what you say $200,000.
It's not a matter of age, sir. It's a matter of talent. There are lots of people in this business who are nowhere near as old as I am.
So you've accomplished what you wanted to accomplish in your life?
You better believe it.
Just sitting in a radio station.
Just sitting in a radio station?
Well, if that turns you
I get to talk to interesting people. I get to talk to skateboarders.
Yeah.
I get paid for it.
You're pretty humorous at it, too.
Well, thank you.
So don't you think that other people can have their opinions you like to
Skateboarding,
talk to your
sir, is
radio
not...
stations, but some people like to go out and skate.
Skateboarding is not an opinion, sir. It's a waste of time.
It's a way of life.
It's a waste of time.
It's a way of life.
A way of life it well may be, but it is also a waste of time.
My life revolves around it, and I think a lot of other
sitting in a
people-
cave in the Himalayas is a way of life, too.
You think you're going to have a lot of people going around, it'll just be like drugs being outlawed. There's people are still going to do it. It's not going to stop anything.
I beg your pardon. If you take their skateboards away, they can't
Go out
skateboard.
and buy more. You know how much a skateboard costs?
A lot of money.
Yeah, they do.
How much?
They cost around $129.
$129 for a slab of plastic and a roller skate. Nobody else but a skateboarder would be stupid enough to pay $129 for a skateboard.
It's the way they're made.
When I was a kid, we took a 2x4, stole the girl next door's roller skates, put it together with an orange crate, and had a scooter.
Yeah, right.
Didn't cost nothing.
Take the handle off, and you got a skateboard. Yeah.
Right, you take the handle off if you're stupid.
Uh-huh.
If you want to have some direction, you leave the handle on.
In about 50 years or whenever you were a kid, that's all that's happened is just that the handle's been removed.
Exactly. When we were kids, we were smart enough to want to be able to direct the damn thing. But no, now the kids today say, well, I'll just take the handle off and go wherever it goes.
Take the handle off.
Courage? Doesn't take courage, sir, to take the handle off. It takes stupidity.
You don't want to risk your life because you got to hang on to what you're doing.
Sir, you're right. I don't want to risk my life. You're absolutely correct. I do not wish to risk my life, which is why I don't skateboard. I have something to live for.
What's the thrill of living?
The thrill of living is to ride a
Get to
skateboard?
look out the window, yeah.
That's the thrill of living?
Yeah.
Oh, you poor, misguided youth. There's so much more to life than coasting down a hill. Knocking over little old ladies. Love the pregnant pauses. Great.
All right. Well, I don't know. I still think you're wrong about the whole deal.
Of course you do, sir. You're a skateboarder.
Yeah. And it seems like a lot of other people thought you were pretty wrong, too.
Sure, a lot of other people that would go out and skateboard in the snow.
Well, I hope you have fun with your little issue. You don't seem to know too much about it.
I know everything there is to know about it, sir.
Yeah, everything there is to know. If you did know everything there is to know, then you wouldn't be holding this little thing.
At least other skateboarders were smart enough to stay out of the snow and sit inside and watch videos about skateboarding.
Oh, I don't sit inside and watch videos about skateboarding.
I know. I said the other ones were at least smart enough to do that. You're out there in the snow.
Well, what's wrong with that?
Trying to skateboard.
Yeah. Further my talent.
Further your talent. Sir, snow is meant for sledding and not skateboarding. Tinley Park, hi, you're on the air.
Excuse me?
Hi, you're on the air.
My mother wants to know, when you were a kid, did you fall off your little red wagon and hit your head on the cement?
I want to know why your mother doesn't have the gazungas to call me up and talk to me herself. But why she puts her little kid on the board.
My mother doesn't talk to jerks.
Your mother doesn't talk to jerks.
No, she doesn't. I'm
Nah,
sorry.
your mother's a spineless, gutless coward who takes her little girl and makes her call up jerks.
No, she didn't make me do anything.
Yeah, right.
You don't know anything about skaters.
Oh, nothing. What is there to know about skaters?
They do. It takes them a lot of skill to do the stuff they do.
A lot of skill.
All you ever do is sit in your radio station and talk.
No, it's not all I do. I do other things, too.
Oh, okay. Like what?
Like what? Like I go out to dinner a lot.
You go out to dinner. That's a lot of exercise, too.
Sure as hell is.
Oh, walking and eating. Yeah, that's a lot
I
of
have to dig into my back pocket for my wallet, cut my own meat. That takes skill.
Oh, yeah, and that's sure a lot of exercise. We do a lot more than you do.
Oh, really? Push yourself around on a skateboard.
Yeah, you're cool.
Yes, I am cool.
Yeah, you might think so, but a lot of people don't think you are because you don't know.
Really? I'm cool enough to have had you sit on the phone for almost 40 minutes.
Yeah, you're cool.
So that your mother can sit in the background and tell you what to say.
My mother doesn't tell me what to say.
Oh, really? Then who's she talking loud to?
Excuse me, that's my brother.
Oh, okay, your brother.
Yeah, you want to talk to him?
Why would I want to talk to him?
Because he knows a lot more than you do.
Then why the hell didn't he call?
Excuse me?
I know you're listening to your brother. I said, why the hell didn't he call?
George, he wants to know why the hell you didn't call. Why?
Yeah, why?
Why?
Why? It's an easy question, isn't it? Why?
Yeah, well, adios, amigo.
Yeah, right. George doesn't want to come on the phone. I don't blame George. I'd make a fool of him. Wheeling High, you're on the air, WLS.
How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Do you, enjoy throwing freedom of expression out the window, or is that just something you do in your spare time?
Do I enjoy throwing freedom of expression out the window? What does that mean?
What it means is, let me ask you a question. What do you all right, you go out to eat, and what else do you do in your spare time?
I play with my computer.
Okay. And this gets you exercise.
Exercise? At my age, sir, I'm not interested in exercise.
Okay.
At my age, I'm interested in keeping my hair.
All right, let's look at it another way. Well, every time you go out, and when you go to these restaurants, do you look and see, now, do they have persons of Hispanic descent working in the back? Does this mean that you have to leave because you're putting Americans out of work?
Huh? What?
Well, you're complaining that these people are buying skateboards made in other countries, and they're putting Americans out of work.
Right.
All right, now, does this mean that when you go to a restaurant, you check and see that
Typical logic from the skateboarder. Typical logic.
No, I don't ride a skateboard. Frankly, I think it's a stupid hobby, too, but they should have the right to do it.
No, they shouldn't.
Why not?
Why? Because it's stupid. The adults in this community are going to band together and outlaw skateboarding. I feel confident of it.
Nobody, I don't like it. I don't engage in this hobby, but hey, why not? I mean, you enjoy things. You do them. It's your right.
Yes, and I do intelligent things.
Okay. Well, how come, because Bob Lassiter says that skateboarding is not intelligent. Does that mean that it's not intelligent?
Yes.
When you grew up, okay, you went to high school, right?
For a while, yeah.
You went to high school. Now, did you skip the school while you read a book, and then go in and then in study halls? Did you, actually study, and then after school, did you go right home and study? I mean,
after school, we would do things like either, ride our bicycles or play football or baseball or cowboys and Indians or...
All right, there's guys that do freestyling on bicycles. Are you putting them down then?
Well, if you want to call those things that kids ride today bicycles, they aren't really bicycles. They're... When we were young, we weren't tricked into riding those things with little wheels and a small gear.
So, all right, did you play any sports?
Yeah.
So you played, like, football and stuff?
Football and baseball, yeah.
Did you play in a team or anything?
No, I tried out for the team and I didn't make it.
Oh, okay,
Baseball. Football, I did play on the team.
All right, okay, and you're saying they don't know a lot. All right, I don't know. Did you ever hear of Maine South High School?
No.
All right, well, they won the Excellence Award for the country. It's like the top 20th school in the nation. Mm-hmm. And I would say roughly like the top 10% of all the classes, like 50% of them skate.
The top 10%, 50% skate?
No, the top 10% of each class.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Well, the top 10% of each class is still only 10%. Only a skateboarder would think that you would add up all the top 10% and come up with 50%.
I don't skate, though.
Sounded to me like you'd make a great skateboarder.
Oh, would I? Okay, all right. So anyway, these guys could, they're smart. So what you're doing is you're contradicting something that kids do now. I don't know what did you do when you were a kid? It sounds like...
I told you what I did, and it's what kids today would be best off doing.
So why don't you just go live in, Russia and go live in Japan?
Go live in Russia? What does that have to do with playing baseball?
Because you want all to run around in, like, black pants, white creased shirts, ties.
Yeah,
we're going to have
ties.
no country.
They're not going to have any country? What do you mean you're going to have any country?
No personality, no emotion, no nothing.
No personality?
We're going to be zombies. We'll be communistic.
Shaving half your head off is having a personality?
No, anything. Any kind of... All right, anything. Whatever, you're knocking our generation.
Yes.
Fine, okay.
Finally, after 2 hours, one of them caught on.
Yeah, but that's so stupid. Because, you were probably just as... you make no sense, because...
I make no sense.
You don't, because you have no idea what we do, what we think, what we can prove. Our goals
I do, sir. I know you can go round and round in circles on a skateboard.
wait, why do you get into skateboarding? I'm talking in general, anything that our youth is into. Like
there are some decent kids today. I appreciate that.
All right, what era did you grow up in?
The 1950s and early 60s.
All right, the 60s. Yeah. Did you have like a short haircut? And like, were you like the good type of kid, like a mama's boy, the kind of guy?
No, I ran away from home.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and hitchhiked back and forth across the country.
Oh, so you're like a hippie type guy?
I looked like a hippie, but I wasn't a hippie. I just looked like one.
Well, that's cool. Did people knock you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's...
But they were wrong.
Oh, they were wrong.
Yes, they were funny guys.
Okay.
They didn't understand what being a kid was all about.
Now that you're older, and now that our generation is, so some old fogies telling us that we're wrong.
Well, maybe they were pulling my leg, too. I don't know. Possibility. It's one of the joys of growing up. It's inciting youth. So when you get to be big, you get your own radio show and can drive them crazy. We'll do it again tomorrow. Not necessarily driving the youth crazy, although we may. Probably old people. Behave yourselves, huh? Love you, Chicago.